with semis, and it takes a lot to handle 18-wheelers on the road.
But before a person pulls out on the road with their load, men and women are put to the test behind the wheel. And ciLiving's Ryan Burk hopped on the semi to see what it takes to become a truck driver. It's hard enough to drive a car. I cannot imagine 18-wheelers.
I know. I'm one of these people that, like, you've probably seen me as I'm trying to back up our little, hatchback ciLiving car. I have a hard time backing that thing up. So I always look at these 18-wheelers, and I'm like, how do you do that? And as I figured out, it takes a lot of training to be able to do it. So I followed along and enlisted their help to find out what it takes to be a trucker. Backing into a parking space. It's something that can be a challenge for any driver. But when you're trying to do it in a semi, it really takes skill. And for soon-to-be professional driver Joshua Mayall, every step in the learning process is a new experience.
Eye-opening to what these things are actually entail to drive them. The different parts, not just like jumping in a car, even though that's what the little cars seem to think.
For Joshua and his fellow future drivers, training with 160 Driving Academy and Parkland College, learning to navigate the ins and outs of these enormous machines is quite the process.
Yes, safety is a major factor in the trucking industry. You got hours of service along with that also, and there's a lot of rules and regulations that these new drivers have to know and understand before they actually get out there on the road.
Brian McNear spent decades on the road as a truck driver before coming to teach at the academy. He knows as well as anyone why rigorous training is important.
I can use the knowledge I've learned over the 20 years of driving and then pass it on to new recruits coming in that want to get into the business, and it's a pretty good satisfaction rating when they pass and move on to their company.
From classroom training to actually getting out on the road, it's all about practice. And as Joshua Mayall prepares for his final test before going out on his own, he says he feels ready.
The biggest challenge is the different regulations that you kind of have to do to pass your test, I guess would be the biggest challenge. I mean, it's basic, I don't want to say basic road knowledge, but the different regulations that they have that seem to be changing.
As time on the road grows, so does confidence, something instructors see with students every day.
When they first come in, they don't think they're going to be able to do it. But then you get a week into the program, and most of them loosen up and think, well, this isn't too bad after all. A lot to know, but they learn and catch on pretty quick.
Great minds.
And even after 160 hours of training and lots of backup practice, Mayall says he'd do it all again.
Unbelievable experience, to tell you the truth. I did not know I was going to like the trucks this much, but getting behind the wheel and actually taking one of these over, it's been very eye-opening.
Dedication and training to help a new generation keep America moving, safe and sound. Now, since most of us don't drive those big semis on a daily basis and instead are probably the ones in the cars, I asked Brian McNear what we can all do to help truck drivers with their mission to stay safe out on the road. Here's a couple of the different tips that he gave me. First off, he said that you always want to make sure to give semis room to turn. They need a lot more room than most cars out there, and they need that space. Also, you always want to give them plenty of room when you're passing. Never cut them off. May seem obvious, but people try and do it. And he also says you need to give them plenty of room to stop. That takes a long time for them to stop. They can't just stop on a dime. So some easy ways that we can all help drivers stay safe, and also always remember to look out for those blind spots. If they can't see you, you can't see them.
Right.
I think it's the
No, that's right.
You know what I mean.
You need to be able to see each other.
You know what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I can't believe people would cut off truckers. I guess that probably happens, but that vehicle is way bigger than yours.
Yeah,
I don't care if
you're not going to win that.
Right, you're going to lose. So don't do that.
Did anybody go like this to you?
Nobody did, and I wish they would have. Next time.
In the parking lot, we'll do this to you. So
as I leave from work today.
That's right. Me. Love it.
Sorry. Hey, have you